Hello everyone and welcome to another Neurographica follow-along video. For the ones who know me, you know that I'm doing follow-along videos for you to get a basic understanding what Neurographica is, and if you would love to dive deeper into this wonderful art therapy method, you can do one-on-one sessions with me, you can do an online video tutorials with me. All the links are below in the description. So for today's tutorial, a follow-along video, we will do an algorithm for results. So you know that in Neurographica, what it does is that it rewires your subconscious beliefs. It creates new neuron connections. And today, this is one of my result algorithms works. So you think of a theme, a challenging theme in your life that you would like to change, and through particular steps that we will be drawing together, you will unlock those patternings, those old patternings, and create new ones. So just to give you an idea of some of my other works, Neurographica is really such a powerful method that transforms reality, that transforms your reality, because old patterning, you know that they're just stuck in there, and for us as humans it's really hard to get out of those patterning. We really need to do something. We need to almost unlearn the old and create new. So this is exactly what Neurographica does through drawing in a particular algorithm style, and by following all the steps you're creating new neural pathways, and you're creating ultimately your new reality. Also, I'll take a moment to tell you about my art retreat, Neurographica retreat, that I'm doing in Malta at the end of September. So this is a European Neurographica art retreat. I invite all of you to join me because we will be drawing every single day. You'll select one theme for the week that you need the most resolution, and we will be drawing every single week, every single day. There are 2 weeks, one in Malta and one in Gozo. So all the information is in the description below. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. And for today's session, you will need a blank piece of paper, black markers, and highlighters or color markers. Okay, let's start. Okay, so once you've prepared your drawing supplies, your clean sheet of paper, your markers and highlighters, we can start by selecting a theme. So a theme is an issue in your life or a challenging situation that you would like to get resolved. This could be a relationship, finances, family, home, car. It could be absolutely anything. We will be drawing new neuron connections in that theme. So please select your theme and write it down. I'm going to use this side of paper. On the other side, I have another Neurographica drawing. So I will be using this for my notes, and this side is for the drawing. So write down your theme. And let's start by putting 2 minutes on timer, and within those 2 minutes, you write all the words that come to your mind. Absolutely everything that comes to your mind, you're writing down, even if they're negative words. Actually, the more negative words there are, the better it is, because it really shows that your subconscious mind is working and you're working with your thing. Okay, so let's start. A flow of words, every word that comes to your mind. Okay, so once you've completed that, we can start drawing. But before we do that, look at your words. Look what those words mean to you. Maybe you will be surprised at some words that you wrote. Usually, I'm very surprised at the words that I wrote associated with my theme. I'm like, I had no idea that that sits in my subconscious mind when I think of my theme. So this is a really good exercise to really get your subconscious mind working, and you can make self-analysis. And then at the end of the drawing, once we will complete, we will once again write those words. They will be different words. You will see how much the words change from now to when we'll finish with the drawing. Okay, so this is an algorithm for results, and we will start it by drawing lines. Take a marker, a thick marker, so the thicker is better, and draw free-flowing lines. Neurographic line goes somewhere where you don't expect it to go. This is a definition of the neurographic line. So you start from one side of the page and you take it to the other side of the page. Then you do it again. And you do it again. You can go around. You can go anywhere on the page, but you're not thinking about it. You're just drawing the line. You're not analyzing anything. You're just drawing the line from one side of the page to another. Your neurographic line doesn't start from the center. It starts from one side of the page to another. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So I feel like I want to add another line right here. So once you drew the lines, we're going to add some circles. The first circle will be I can. This is the representation of the circle. You will choose the area on your drawing where you see clusters of intersections. So for example, here I see a cluster, here I see a cluster, so I will put my circle within those clusters. So my circle I can, it will be right here. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but it has to be something that looks like a circle, basically. And notice how you feel when you draw that circle I can. Oops. I'm going to write I can. Okay, the next circle that we're going to draw is I want. And I'm going to position that circle right here. The circles can be touching, they can be intersecting, they can be small or big, whatever comes out. So the circle is I want. Another circle is I must. I'm going to add that circle right here. Doesn't really look like a straight circle, but that's okay. I must. And another circle is I love. This is the fourth circle, the last circle in this algorithm. And I'm going to draw it right here. This is my I love. Okay. So once you have 4 circles on your paper, you can start rounding all the intersections. So they're all the corners, intersecting corners. You're going to take your time rounding all the corners that you see, all the sharpness. This is a very important step in Neurographica to smoothen all the sharp edges. Everything where you see is sharp, you have to make it smooth, because now you're really establishing those new neuronal pathways, and the algorithm is for results, so you need to create those new paths in your subconscious mind. And we're going to do this by smoothing all of the new lines that you've created, all of the new connections. And the reason why I said about the thick marker is that because it will make the smoothing so much easier and so much smoother. Okay. You see, now we're really creating the neuronal pathwork by smoothing everything. Your drawing should look like the images of neurons that I'm sure you've seen. Okay, we have a little bit of noise. Some people arrived to this beach. Hopefully they're not going to get too loud to interrupt us. So sometimes when I draw Neurographica, it's so hard to multitask because my brain is really working now in creating new neuron connections, and when I speak, sometimes it becomes a little bit challenging because it's like a lot of multitasking which is happening, and my brain is like, what? I have to do several things. Talk and also make neuron connections. Sometimes it's hard for me, sometimes it's okay, but sometimes if you've been watching my videos, you know that it's a little bit challenging to speak, and sometimes it's easier. Okay, so I did almost half of it, half of smoothing. Sometimes smoothing can be a difficult process. You might get a headache at any step of the algorithm. You might even feel dizzy. You might get hungry. It's a really good idea to eat before you draw Neurographica, so you're not that hungry when you draw, because Neurographica usually brings out a lot of hunger, because we're not just making a drawing for the sake of making a drawing. We're actually using our brain, we're using our subconscious. Okay, so you can take your time rounding everything, especially if you have a thinner marker. You will understand that you will need really some time to round things. Okay. As I'm doing this, let me show you what is happening here at the beach. I have some other people right there taking photos. Some people chilling in the sun. Okay, they're making a little bit of noise. Let's continue. Okay, rounding all the corners. Sometimes you will notice those corners after you finished rounding everything. You think that you're done, but out of sudden you see more corners. This is very normal. Okay, Spanish people are having fun in the background, taking those pictures, enjoying their vacation. I don't know if you can hear them in your recording. I can definitely hear them, and they're bringing a lot of like fun vibe to my drawing. I really like sometimes when it's very quiet and when I draw, but sometimes people really add their own energy. So here we definitely have like a party vibe, vacation energy that this group of people is bringing to this beach. And speaking about vacations, don't forget to check out my Art Neurographica retreat, which is happening in Malta at the end of September. I have one retreat that I'm organizing in Malta, and one week-long retreat in Gozo, on the second island where I lived for a year, and I absolutely love that island. It's a very beautiful island with a very special, almost magical energy. So I will be hosting Awaken Love retreat in Gozo and Neurographica retreat in Malta. So if you want to really dive deep into Neurographica, make sure to check it out on my website and join me in Malta. We will be doing a lot of painting, drawing Neurographica every single day. I will introduce new algorithms, and we'll really tackle your issue or your problem, and we will resolve it on a piece of paper so your reality can transform in real life as well. Okay, so once we've completed this step of circling everything, evening out all the corners, we can start adding color. So color in Neurographica is very, very intuitive. You take a highlighter. Highlighters are used in Neurographica to add that boldness of color. And like that, you're activating your neuron connections even more. So I am going to start with this green. We're not analyzing the color choice for now. All we're doing is we're shading. And make sure to shade two touching parts before you switch to another color. So I can either switch to the new color now, or I can continue shading this shape, this shape. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a different color now. I'm going to take this bright orange. Found a sharp corner here, so I will go with my black marker and fix that in a second. And you can even overlap the colors. This is why it's so great to use highlighters, because they have this translucent quality and they can overlap and you can create beautiful effects with it. Okay, now I'm ready to switch to another color. Going to add yellow. Okay. And you don't have to color everything on your page. White is also a color, and it's important to leave some areas white. Okay, the party vibe is expanding here. Okay. And I feel like adding color to this large shape here. When it's something that goes off the edge, we don't really need to color it really well. It can kind of just like take off in a way, in a translucent way. Now I'm using a lot of yellow in my work. Okay, also I want to add yellow here. And once again, I'm doing this very, very, very intuitively. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments, and I will be really happy to answer them. And remember that I'm doing just a follow along video. This is not a deep dive tutorial. This is for you to get a basic understanding how the algorithm works. But on my website, you can find more tips about Neurographica, about steps. Also look in the video description. I usually write the steps of the algorithm there. And if you need to pause and, take your time, take longer to shade something or draw something, please do that, because this is your process. You're working with your subconscious and you need to give it as much time as you need to. Okay. To add this here, overlapping colors, creating new shades. Beautiful. Okay, I feel like this is enough and I'm going to stop with colors. The next step is to add an energy line, a very thick line that runs through the entire composition. And you would draw this line somewhere where you feel the most intuitive. For example, I already feel kind of that this line can go right here. Something that maybe where you have a lot of lines intersecting already and you want to give it like an emphasis and energy. Basically, you're setting your new neuron pathways to work. You're like activating them with this line. So I'm going to start from here and to go like that and out. So from one side of your page to another. Okay. This line has to be the thickest line in your composition. And then you start smoothing all the corners that you've created. And we'll do that by smoothing. Here, you're basically going along your line and you're smoothing all the corners, all the sharp edges that were created with your energy line. Okay, so once you did that, we're going to add a very last step, which is a circle, and it's a fixating shape. So this is a shape that is going to fixate all of your work that you've done here. So I feel like my fixating shape is going to be this one, this circle I want. It's going to go over this circle. Party vibe is coming to us. Look at that. This is great. I love this. I love when there are people around. I love when there's movement, there's energy. My whole algorithm is about creating results. So this is great when there is like energetic movement and people with great vibes who are enjoying their vacation. Make sure to come to my retreat in Malta. We'll enjoy the warm sea, the beautiful weather, and we'll draw Neurographica every single day and we'll definitely get results. Okay, my fixating shape, it will be over this circle, a little bit larger than this circle. I am going to create this like kind of double layer, double circle right here. Your fixating shape always has to be a circle and it has to be the most like prominent shape in your work, the most significant one. Beautiful. And once again, all the sharp corners, so we're going to round them right away. I'm going to take the side of the marker and all the sharp corners that were created with the circle, I'm rounding, I'm establishing those new neuron connections, I'm activating them. Okay. I love those people in the background. They're so fun. Okay. All the corners. Okay, if you see any other corners that you need to smoothen, this is the time. Okay, so some sharpness here. Here. Okay, beautiful. This is a beautiful work for results, for really bringing all of those new neuron connections to work and changing my reality to what I want. Beautiful. Okay. So once you've done drawing, set your timer to 2 minutes, and once again write down the words that you wrote at the beginning. Now, once you've completed your artwork, also set the timer and do the same exercise. 2 minutes and as many words as you can, and really notice how the words change. What is the difference? You will see that the words will change for sure before you did the work and after you did the work. Okay, wishing everyone a beautiful day, and